Hello everyone and welcome to a new casted game on AOE 4. Today we are gonna look at some 101 games on the ladder, so on ranked games, and we are playing with two really good players on AOE 4 that are Myriad and Anotand, so we are gonna watch a pretty good game of those two really good players. Let's go. We have Myriad that is playing the Delhi Sultanate in the color green, and in front of him his opponent is Anotand who is playing the Japanese in the color blue. We are on the map Hillendale. Sorry, I have to watch it because I don't know exactly the name in English of the maps right now. I'm a French content creator and I'm trying to do some stuff in English right now. So this is gonna be interesting because we are gonna see the strength of the Delhi and also, well, the strength of the Japanese also, because it's pretty good civilizations on hybrid maps, but on full land maps, I don't know if this is that good. We will see on this game. I'm really looking forward to see what Anotand will do with this civilization, because Delhi is very, very strong at the moment on land maps. So, yeah, let's go for the cast, and I will disappear, and let's go to watch what is happening in this game. So pretty normal start for the Delhi. You go to the berries, you go to make the mosque, also the house, the mill and the mining camp, and all the technologies are free, so you're clicking them, of course. And on the side of the Japanese, 4 villagers to the stone. So I don't know this beginning on the game. Maybe he's going to TC, but I don't feel like it's pretty strong at the moment because, well, the 2TC Japanese, well, you're forced to play H2, and I feel like the H2 Japanese is not very strong. You like to go H3 on most of the games because, well, you have very, very good units on H3, and you also have the passive income that gives all your priests with the Yorishiro, etc. So you have a lot of stuff that can help you, and very good units as the mounted samurai, for example, or the samurai, the infantry unit with with the technology of veteran. So it's pretty good. And on the side of the Delhi, we are going to do the Dome of the Faith. So yeah, this is a pretty good landmark. I think it's the most played one right now, and the Tower of the Victory is not very used right now on the games, and I think because well, you have a pretty good discount, of course, with the scholars, but also because we are playing a lot the Delhi with the H3 that are sooner than before. We are not playing Delhi as much on the H2 as we were doing this before. Before we were taking all the sacred sites, we were playing with the Ghazi Raiders and also the archers and making a lot of damage on the opponents and playing a lot on H2. Right now we are more playing on H3 and H4. Why? Because the elephants are pretty good right now. So if you're playing more on the H3 and the H4, well, the Dome of the Faith is really good because you can spam a lot those units that are the scholars, and then you can have all your technologies very soon in the game. And so you're pretty good. And also because, well, the bonus of the Tower of Victory is giving the infantry 20% of attack speed, but if you're doing elephants, well, it does not give the attack speed, of course. So yeah, it's better to have the Dome of the Faith, especially also because when you have a lot of scholars and you go H3, you can take all the relics, you can take easily also the sacred sites, etc. So yeah, I feel like Delhi is pretty good with the Dome of the Faith because of all those things that I was saying. Here we have the Kura storehouse for the Japanese player, Anotand, who has a lot of stone. He stopped gathering stone, and he is right now on the Daimyo Manor. So yeah, I don't know why he put that much villagers on the stone. Right now he has 150. Maybe it's because he wants to do the outpost. Okay, he wants to do the outpost and upgrade it and to have a better defense against the Delhi. So it's a pretty bad matchup for the Japanese, right? Because the Delhi can put a lot of pressure into the Japanese, and as I said before, the Japanese is pretty bad H2. Well, it's okay, but it's not that good. And the Delhi is very, very strong H2. Even if I was saying that we are making a lot of the Dome of the Faith, etc. Well, you can do a lot of pressure with the stable, with all the Ghazi Raiders that you can make very easily thanks to the Scholar inside the stable. And also you can heal those Ghazi Raiders. And that's maybe why also you want to go to the Dome of the Faith, because, well, when you attack with your Ghazi Raiders here, they are gonna take some damage, and if you take like 2 Scholars, they can heal your Ghazi Raiders, and then they can go back here and make more damage. And if you do so, well, the villagers cannot take resources, because there is always a Ghazi Raider here that is dealing damage. Even if he takes damage, you can just pull back these Ghazi Raiders and heal it, and then go back, etc. And always have the Ghazi Raider here. And then the Japanese player cannot go H3, and if he cannot go H3, he's forced to play H2, and then the Delhi is really better than the Japanese player. But I really like what he's doing Anotand. I really like this build order, where you make a Yuma Bannerman. The Yuma Bannerman is a mounted samurai that you can have on the H2. Well, if you have to do the daimyo manner, so it costs a lot to do that, but if you do that, it's very, very strong, because you have a heavy cavalry on the H2, and it's pretty good unit. You can do a lot of damage to the Ghazi Raiders, of course, and it's very good also to put pressure on your opponent. So I really like what he's doing Anotand, because you want to play a little bit H2 to counter Delhi. If you're going fast H3 without making any units, well, the opponent can do what I said before. Like he can do a lot of Ghazi Raiders and go under the tower and kill a lot of villagers, or idle a lot of villagers, and it's pretty difficult, and the Japanese cannot go H3. So here, in response to the cavalry units of the opponent, we are making a barracks that will help killing the cavalry, of course. We also continue to gather gold, because we kind of want to do all the Scholars. And here we are taking the sacred sites, of course, because we are Delhi, and Delhi is very good at that. And we want sacred site because they give 125 gold per minute. Here is the fight between the Ghazi Raiders and the horsemen from the Japanese player. Here is the Scholar that is destroyed. I really like this gameplay from Anotand. I don't understand why he took that much stone. I think it's a mistake here, but it's not that much of a mistake, because I think that this stone is here to fortify the outpost if the opponent is really attacking you and that you have to defend. So if there is, I don't know, a ram, for example, then you do this and you can tank more. And yeah, this is pretty interesting. Here is the fight, but here is the spearman also. The spearman will destroy all the cavalry here, and very good micro from Myriad here. We are taking all these Ghazi Raiders that are low health, and we are healing them, but oh no, Fox Anotand is arriving and destroying all the cavalry. Yeah, he's this is a pretty good micro on both sides, because Anotand killed all the low HP units, and Myriad tried to save them, but it was not enough. But here, what is important is that Myriad kept the sacred site, and if he keeps his sacred site, then he has 125 gold per minute per sacred site. So he has actually, right now, currently, 250 gold per minute. So he can stop to gather gold, because it's enough to continue to do some Scholars, right? Or maybe he can do a market and exchange the extra gold that he gets. What is very interesting right now is that Myriad is on a lot of spearmen. This is very good against cavalry, right? We agree on that. But Anotand has cavalry units that are faster, and then it kind of flips the matchup. While you have Delhi that puts pressure on the opponent, on most cases, well, here it's the Japanese player that puts pressure, because it's the Delhi that is the less, well, less mobile on the map. So here is the raid. Here are the raids of the Japanese, and it kind of flips the matchup, and it's very interesting what he's doing Anotand, because while you're, well, most of the time you are defending on the Japanese, and it's very hard. When you put pressure on your opponent, you kind of have more space to build, and it's very interesting because you can go h3 very, very easily, and your villagers are not in danger, of course. This is the enemy villagers that are in danger. So I really like what he's doing Anotand on this, and I feel like it's what you must do on most cases. For example, when you're playing against the French, you are afraid of the raids of the knights of your opponent. But what is very interesting is to do a little bit of cavalry, and you put pressure on, I don't know, the deers, for example. And then the French cannot attack you without losing some villagers, without making outposts, etc. And then you force a reaction from your opponent. And if you force a reaction from your opponent, then the attack will be, well, not as strong as if you're not doing that. So I kind of like this sentence where you say the best defense is the attack, of course. And that's what he's doing Anotand, and that gives him the opportunity to go h3 without losing any villagers, and with taking some villagers to his opponent. Of course, he cannot fight to defend the sacred sites right now, because there is too much army of the Delhi, 35 of army versus 15. So he cannot defend the sacred sites. He cannot attack, well, the sacred sites Anotand. He cannot do that, because Delhi is very, very strong h2. But it gives him some time to go h3. And now Myriad will go h3 too, and that's why it's also interesting to have the Dome of the Faith, because you go very soon h3, and then you can have all your technologies very fast. You can take all the relics, and you have the control of all the sacred sites. Very, very interesting. Here is a raid with the horsemen, and the defense is coming. All the secret sites are taken by Myriad, and he starts to build some palisade walls. Very, very good to protect all the secret sites from raids. For example, from I don't know, a little horseman that can just well, decap the secret site. Very interesting to do that with the little walls, but he's not building the walls right now. He's drinking some coffee. He's taking a nap. Okay, here is the horseman. This is the spearman. Of course, the spearman will win. And yeah, the kill is happening. And now the mounted samurai here. Very, very interesting to play the matchup right like that. And the first relic is taken by Anotand. H3 is coming for Myriad. Myriad who is going with the House of Learning. House of Learning, which allows him to have a lot of really good technologies, and he's not taking the relics. What I really like with Delhi when you are going h3 like that is that you go out with all your scholars, and you put one scholar per relic, and then you can take all the relics very fast and bring them back to your base. Well, that's what he's doing right now. He's taking all the scholars, and there is a scholar per relic, so it's pretty good. But I feel like he can take this one. Well, not anymore, because there is a very good army from Anotand. Anotand, who has now Yumis and also mounted samurai. Very, very good army, and Myriad cannot take this fight. He's behind right now. What is he going to do? He's doing some heavy cavalry and also some man-at-arms. So he will. Oh no, he didn't click this technology. This is a very, very important technology, because, well, when you do mount the heavy cavalry, sorry, and man-at-arms, this gives +3 damage to both of them, so it's very, very important. Very bad fight for Myriad here. Okay, no, here are the reinforcements. This is pretty interesting. But here are the Onamusha. The Onamusha are very, very good in this situation, because they counter the heavy units, so the cavalry, but also the man-at-arms. So it's very, very good call from Anotand. And here is the relic protected from Anotand. Very, very good. Some walls here to protect these sacred sites. 2 sacred sites are down. Well done, Anotand. And now there is a 7 villagers difference between the 2 players. Very, very hard for Myriad right now. I feel like the move of making horsemen at the beginning of the game helped a lot Anotand, and well, it's very difficult to recover from Myriad because he's the one supposed to put pressure on the opponent, and then he lost some villagers, he also lost some control on the map, and then he's behind. And it's very, very hard to recover when you're daily, when you're behind. I feel like it's a civilization when you have to snowball on the game. If you don't snowball, this is very, very difficult. And I really like this TC also on the middle of the map to protect all those golds. This is a very insane spot from Anotand right now. Very, very interesting. I don't know if Myriad can recover from this. I don't think so. Maybe the only opportunity that he has is to build a lot of keeps. If he's doing a lot of keeps, he can also have this technology where you can build villagers with your keep, and it can help him. Well, I don't know. I'm not even sure, because now Anotand is on 2 TC. So yeah, I'm not even sure. And yeah, he lost a lot of villager, and now the problem that he has is that he has no food income right now, because Anotand has all the map control, and that's what I'm talking about also with Delhi, because you want the control map because you want to take all the resources on the map, and if you can't take the resources on the map, then you're dead. You're dead. You cannot do anything. I really like the combo of the units though. On the side of Myriad who is making some archers and also heavy cavalry. This is very good stuff against the army of Anotand, because mounted samurais and also Yumis and Onamusha. Yumis and Onamusha are well, not countered, but this is a pretty good unit. Archers against those units, and the mounted samurais against the heavy cavalry. Okay, here is the fight, but Anotand is not afraid at all. He can defend with the outpost, with the town centers. He has a lot of units here to defend, and I feel like Myriad is losing all his units right now without Anotand taking any damage. And of course, the GG is called. Anotand wins this game, and Myriad couldn't go back from what he had on this game. This was a very, very difficult game from him because, well, Anotand took the map control, and that's what I'm talking about right now. That is the key to the victory, the map control. When you have a Delhi against you, you have to take the control of the map. You have to make some mobility units that can, well, annoy your opponent and stop him from the snowballing that he can have with this civilization. Hope this cast helped you. Hope this was fun. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. Don't hesitate also to like, subscribe, and comment, of course, to help the content creation. See you very soon for another casted game on AOE 4. Bye bye.